It's coming up to 1:25 and time for another look at today's headlines. Top Conservatives have been meeting to discuss the implications of Geoffrey Archer's resignation. There were early gremlins in the Big Bang in the City as the new stock exchange computers hit problems. And Ian Botham could be on his last England tour. He plans to sign for Queensland in Australia. Later today, Sir Geoffrey Howe will seek common market action against Syria after the El Al bomb plot. Jury at Chelmsford will be considering whether Jeremy Bamber is guilty of murdering 5 members of his family. More on those stories and the rest of the news in our programmes at 6 and 9 this evening, but that's all for now. You've been watching the new 1 o'clock news from the BBC. I hope you'll join me at the same time tomorrow. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you all. The weather's looking, I think I'll be joining Ian Botham in Australia because it's still just as unsettled as ever. In fact, more frontal systems have pushed across from the west, brought us all some wet weather, fairly windy weather as well, and no sooner are those out of the way than another set brewing up down to the southwest will bring rain along tomorrow. In fact, on the satellite picture you can see this bright white lump of cloud. That's indicating that there was some pretty heavy rain around earlier on today. That's moving on into the North Sea, but there's some more cloud developing down there to the southwest, and when we look at the rainfall, that of course is where the rain's brewing up, down there to the southwest. There's still a lot of rain around over the British Isles. In fact, if we zoom in closer to that, you see that the computer is predicting that many places in fact are fairly wet at the moment. I think it's overdone it a little bit, but there certainly is a fair amount of rain scattered about. But at least the heavier rain works its way out of the way quite quickly. Just a few sort of spits and spots follow along behind, but then later on in the night some more general rain once again moving across England and Wales, and that too later on tomorrow clearing away southeastwards, some showers to follow along behind. Anyhow, as far as this afternoon is concerned, still some fairly heavy rain around in the extreme easternmost part of the country, but very soon now that'll be moving on out of the way, and then it's a generally cloudy picture, rather a dull one in places, and just here and there some outbreaks of rain and drizzle. Now, although there could be some rain and drizzle cropping up almost anywhere during the course of the afternoon, I think in many places it will get somewhat drier, and if you're really lucky, a little bit brighter too, especially in the more sheltered eastern spots and in Northern Ireland and the northwestern corner of Scotland, but not so near to some of those western and southern coasts, staying quite grey and damp and misty there, but at least a warm afternoon just about everywhere, particularly so where it brightens up. 16 or 17 Celsius, for instance, is the low 60s Fahrenheit. Now, tonight, starting off really the same way. Pretty cloudy, just here and there, some outbreaks of chiefly light rain and drizzle, but over Scotland and Northern Ireland tend to clear up as the night goes on, just the odd light shower left behind. But over England and Wales, I think, once again, some heavier and more persistent rain working its way up from the southwest, but at least it's going to be a mild night everywhere, and even in Scotland, where temperatures will be somewhat lower, certainly nothing really to worry about. As for tomorrow, well, that frontal system will be working its way across the country quite steadily during the course of the day. So for England and Wales, starting off cloudy with those outbreaks of rain, Scotland and Northern Ireland somewhat brighter, and during the course of the day, this brighter weather will work its way southeastwards to most parts, although I think it'll be late in the day before it dries up in the extreme southeast. And once that drier and somewhat brighter weather comes along, there'll be some sunshine, but there will be showers as well. Some of the showers quite heavy later in the day. That's it. Good afternoon to you.
This afternoon on BBC One sees the return of the highly acclaimed drama series, The Onedin Line. When Onedin sets out to buy his first ship, he has to strike an unusual bargain.
Old Josh Webster's ship. What do you think of that? A poor bargain? Well, that depends upon the price.
Tradesman's trickery. I'll not have it. Debbie, I'll burn the ship first.
You have an offer in mind?
I have.
And what is it?
£175.
£175?
You scoundrel.
There is only one form of partnership that would ensure the sort of security I require. And the ship would not cost you 1 penny apiece.
Marriage?
A not uncommon arrangement.
Men married for beauty alone. Be a power of lonely women in the world.
The return of the highly acclaimed drama series, The Onedin Line, this afternoon at 2:30 on BBC One.
Now, BBC One begins a new daily soap opera from Australia as we meet the Robinson and Ramsay families and friends who are neighbours.
Look up. And down. Everything seems okay there? Do you have any headaches?
No.
Have any worries?
What do you mean, worries?
Well, how do you get on with your family?
Okay.
How about school?
Good.
What about nightmares?
So that's it. I thought this was just a checkup.
This is just a checkup, and you're a very healthy young fella. But your father's worried about those nightmares.
He's only worried because I yell a bit in my sleep and wake him up. Well, anyway, they're just dreams. Everyone dreams, don't they?
Yes. Do you remember what they're about?
No. Sorry.
Any other problems?
Yeah? Well, my father doesn't understand me. Can I go now?
I guess so.